is, you can see on the screen. The Indian Partnership Act was started in the year 1932. So this has given one definition for a partnership. So that is saying that the relationship between two or more persons who have agreed to share profits of a business carried on by all or any one of them acting for all. So this business may be run by all the people, those who are partners, or anyone can run that business on behalf of all the people according to the agreement. Okay, so we require two or more people to start an partnership business, and they are going to agree to share the profits or losses that was earned in the partnership business. Okay, so this is the definition which was given by Partnership Act 1932. So let us see what are the features that the partnership firm is having. So these features are also called as what? Characteristics. Sometimes it may be asked as a nature of partnership. So nature is nothing but the characteristics or features. So whatever may be the word that was used here, you are going to write about the partnership form, partnership features. Okay. So if it is asked that it is a nature of partnership form or characteristics, or sometimes it may be asked as features of partnerships. So all are one and the same. So you are going to explain these points. So what is the first feature that from the definition we are going to derive these features? Okay. So there should be two or more members to run the partnership business. So there should be minimum two members, and the maximum may be limited to, if it is a private or a private partnership, nearly 10 members maximum limit will be there. If it is a public limited company, in such companies will be different. Okay, for this partnership business, at least two members are required, and maximum will be 10 members most of the cases. Okay, so they will be the partners to run that particular business, and they are going to have an agreement. Okay, there should be an agreement between these partners, those who are coming into run a particular partnership business. So this agreement may be in written format or in an oral format. But if it is in a written format, that will be very good for the partners. In case of any differences between these partners, they can legally sue against the other people, those who have cheated them. Okay, for that written agreement is preferable. Of course, it is not compulsory that it should be a written format, but it is preferable. Okay, and liability will be unlimited. Why we are saying that it is unlimited liability means those partners who are going to run this business, if they are going to borrow from outsiders like bankers or financial institutions, they will be borrowing certain amount which is required for running their business. So in such cases, those who are going to lend the amount to these partners, they will be having right to recover their loan from the personal property of these partners. Okay, so that is what it is called as what? Unlimited liability. Liability is nothing but it is the amount that is liable to pay to the outsiders. So when you are liable to pay to the outsider means you are, when you are going to borrow something, that may not be always cash. For suppose if you are going to borrow the raw materials from a supplier on credit without paying any cash, you are going to take take certain time period to pay the amount to them. So in such a case, whatever the value that you need to pay for borrowing the raw materials from the suppliers, that amount becomes the liability of this partnership. Not only the partnership, any business. Okay, so that means that person who has lent this raw materials to this business, he will be having the right to recover his amount from the personal property of the partners. So that is what it is called as what? Unlimited liability. So the whole amount can be recovered by the person who have lent to these partners. From where he is going to recover means, if the amount that is not enough which was invested in the business, he can recover that amount from the personal property of the partners. Okay. And the next feature of this is contact. Contact. Contact means here everyone, those who are going to be as a partners, each and every one will be having contact with each other. And not only that, these partners will be having direct contact with the customers also, because there will be few customers to them, no? So they can contact the customers directly. They can know the views of the customers related with their business. And why this contact is required means to know the views of the customers and to know the changes of the product or of our business, and how the customer is in need of. According to that, we can bring change in the business of the partnership. So for that, there will be direct contact with the customers. Okay. So this is the same feature that you have seen for the sole proprietorship also. And there is a partnership deed. So when we are going to say that it is a partnership deed, means the agreement which we have written in the form of an written format, then it is called as what? Partnership deed. So this deed will be registered with the partnership registration office, and according to that information that was included in the partnership deed, this partnership business will be run. If any deviation is done from this partnership deed, so then the register office will be taking action against these partners if any partner is going to sue against the opposite person. Okay, so that right these partners will be having. So the agreement will be very clear that what they have to do. And registration, whether you have to register this partnership firm or not, is it compulsory to register the firm? No, it is not compulsory. But if you are going to register with the partnership registration office, then every right, legal right will be there for the partners as well as the people, those who are going to lend anything to the business. Okay, that means even if you are not the partner of that particular business, if you are you are going to lend some amount to that partnership business, you have to be clear that whether that partnership business was registered or not. If it is registered only, you will be having the right to go legally. Otherwise, you don't have any legal, you can't take any legal action against those partners. So for that, registration is required. So for the safety of the partners as well as for the people outsiders, those who are going to lend anything to the business. So, but it is not compulsory that registration should be done. And the liability will be joint liability. Why we are saying that it is a joint liability means all the people, those who are the partners of that business, combinedly responsible for the amount or the value of raw material or whatever they are going to borrow from outside. Combinedly, they are liable, and all the partners are the owners of that business. So we can say that it is joint ownership, and all the partners in the business are going to manage that business. So joint management is there in this partnership business. So these characters are there, and another character is, we can say that there is no remuneration that was paid to the partners, whatever the service they are going to give to the business. But if they are having anything in the partnership that any of the person is going to be paid remuneration for his service, that condition is there in partnership deed, then remuneration will be paid. But it is not compulsory that remuneration should be paid to the services of the partners. Okay? That depends on the agreement. And age limit, do you think that age limit is there for this partnership business? Of course, maximum age limit is not there, but the minimum it is compulsory that they should be major. Below 18 years cannot become the partners of any partnership business. So minors are not allowed to enter into any partnership business. But of course, if any partner is going to, due to death, his son or daughter is going to enter into this business, then the minor can be a partner, but they are not liable for anything that the business is liable to outsiders. Okay, but they are going to enjoy the profits of the business. So number of partners here, it is limited to 2 members minimum, and maximum it may be 10. And these partners, those who are coming into the business, they will be having mutual confidence. That means one will be having faith on another partner. Then only they will come to an agreement of doing a business. No, so that mutual confidence will be there among the partners, as well as faith will be there. And do you think this, if any of the partner is not interested to continue the business, his interest cannot be transferred to some other people. For suppose A, B, C are there. A and B are already partners. B, he is not interested to continue the business, and he want to give it to C, his part of business. So like that, he cannot transfer his business to C. Okay, that is what non-transferability of interest means. So if C is interested to join this business, he can join, but what happens? A new partnership deed should be framed, agreement should be framed, and then that business will become a new partnership business. That means the old one will be cancelled there itself, and by joining C, the business will become new partnership business. So like that, you can start the business, but you cannot transfer your part to some other else. And the principle of agency here, like agency, they can start this business. And in case of dissolution means closure of business. Closure of business may be in different stages. One, it is you can say that if any partner is going to be in death out there, that can be dissolved, that business will be dissolved. Second case will be if any new partner is going to enter the business, then also dissolution will take place. As we said in the previous example, if C is going to come into the business, join into this business, the previous business will be dissolved. And if any person is not interested to continue the business, in such case also the partnership business will be closed. Okay, so these are the three conditions where the partnership business will be dissolved. So these are the features of partnership firm. From these features, we can derive the advantages and disadvantages of partnership business. Can anyone tell the advantages due to partnership firm from the features? Yes? Yes? Respond. Any advantages?
Can be
See on this. Profits can be shared, of course. Is it sharing profits is an advantage?
the capital, ma'am, like starting investment.
Investment will be shared by everyone, of course. All the partners will be bringing the capital into the business. When you compare with the sole proprietorship, here capital will be more because 2 or 3 members will be there. Their property will be more, their amount will be more. Everything can be used here. And is it easy to form this business? Any restrictions are there? No one is going to restrict, no? If the people are going to come closer and they are having faith and they are interested to do the same business combinedly, then they are easily entering into that partnership business. So that is what it is easy to form. Easy to form means easy to start the partnership business. Okay, so no one will restrict. You need not register also. Immediately you can enter into a group and you can start the business. It is not compulsory to register, no? So that if you want to register, it will take certain time, of course. After starting the business also you can register. So that is how they can easily start the business. More additional capital, as you said that in sole proprietorship only one person is there. His capital is limited to his property and to his goodwill. To that extent only he can borrow from outside. But here more number of people will be there, no? So they will be having more capital than you compare with the sole proprietorship. If 3 members are there, 3 members property will be used here in the business. If 4 are there, 5 are there, based on the number of people, the capital will be increased here. More and more capital you can get and you can increase your business also. That advantage will be there. And here people here, all the partners are going to share the business. They are going to run the business due to their efficiency. Some people may be efficient in running the business. Some people may be efficient in convincing the outsiders to get any credit. Suppliers, I already told you, suppliers Okay, network was low. Okay, no problem. So they are going to divide the work of the business. They can do the business properly. So their efficiency will be utilized here. That advantage will be. So that means they are going to divide the works based on their efficiency. So that division of labor is nothing but division of work will be taking place here, so that they can easily concentrate on that particular area and they can make the business into profitable condition. They can earn more and more profits. That advantage will be there, and it is very flexible. Flexibility is there. In what way flexibility is there? In what way flexibility is there? So if partners feel that some other business is going to be more profitable, they can bring that business into their partnership, right? So that flexibility is there, and not only that, if they want to grow the business, in such a case they can borrow from outsiders. So each person will be having different contacts. So their goodwill will be utilized here. So they can easily grow the business as much as they can. So that flexibility is possible here in case of partnership business. And they are going to cooperate each other in all the ways, and they are going to utilize their personal contacts also. So their customers will be increased. So everything you compare with the sole proprietorship. So when it is a sole proprietor, single person running the business, his contacts are very limited. But whereas here partners, because more number of partners are there, their contacts will be more in number. So what happens? Their business will be growing in large, and they can sell their product to each and every contact they are having, and they can easily expand their business. That advantage will be there, and quick decisions will be taken, and promptly they are going to act according to the requirement. So why we are saying that quick decisions, only if few members are there, they will discuss among themselves and they are going to decide that this is good or not to the business, and they will conclude within short period, and they are going to implement that decision in their business. Okay, that advantage is very easily decisions will be taken place in this partnership business. And unlimited liability, again I need not explain unlimited liability. Of course, unlimited liability, this you better take to disadvantage. Okay, the unlimited liability means personal property is also going to be taken over by the outsiders, means that is not an advantage to the partnership business. It is an disadvantage. Unknowingly, this might have been here added in disadvantages. So this becomes the disadvantage of a partnership business, because personal property is also going to be taken over by the people, those who are going to lend the amount or anything to the business. Advantages of large scale production, why we are saying that it is a advantage. What is large scale production? First of all, large scale means large in quantity. If quantity is increased, your production of quantity is increased, so you are going to increase everything, capital, you are going to advertise the product, you can increase your customers, and due to increase in your production, even because due to that your business will become in large business అవుతుంది కదా. So automatically people will come forward and lend amount to the business, because this business is growing. Once it is growing, go on growing. So automatically those bankers or financial institutions or your friends also come forward to lend their amount to this business. So that advantage will be there. If you are going to borrow a large quantity of amount, you may be given for less percentage of interest. Even bankers or financial institutions, they are going to reduce the percentage of interest that will be charged on the large amount of borrowings. Even the government is going to give you certain facilities to the large companies, large scale productions, large businesses. So all such advantages can be utilized here in case of partnership. In case if you are going to grow in your business in large scale. And business risks and rewards, all the risks means here not only the losses, any decision making risk is there, that will be shared with your partners. And of course rewards means here profits or any awards, rewards are there. All those things should be shared here by the partners. So if everyone is going to do well to the business, contributes good services to the business, automatically that business will be uh, getting certain rewards from the government or from anywhere. So that advantage will be there if the partnership business is running in proper manner. And because more number of people are there involved in the business, so the management is very easy, and you can easily utilize the abilities of all the people, and you can organize the things of the business in a proper order. And you can, if you are going to manage well, if you are going to organize the activities of the business, automatically that may enter into uh, earning profits. And in case of dissolution, what happens, this partnership business, if dissolution, I already told you that it is maybe taking place in different conditions. If any person is dead, so in such case that business will be closed. So instead of closing, if that part of that particular person is going to be handed over or taken over by the existing partners, they are going to share it. So then dissolution may not be taking place. Or else if that person is having any siblings, or if he is having any son or daughter who can continue the business on behalf of him, so then the business may be continued instead of closure. So like that, based on the conditions, that business may be continued for long period. So all these are the different advantages that you are going to uh, be coming across in case of partnership business. And in mutual consent means you are going to discuss with the other partners, and you are going to come to a conclusion. What are the decisions that you need to take in the partnership business? At the same time, as advantages are there for any organization firms, organization structures, there will be disadvantages also along with the advantages. So in this unlimited liability is one of the important disadvantage uh, that should be faced by the partnership people. and this business is limited to the extent of the partners only. The size cannot be unlimitedly grown. Okay, so that will be to the extent of their amount that they are going to contribute, and to the extent of the goodwill of the partners. Not more than that, you can grow the business. Even though you are interested to grow and grow and grow the business, but it will be having this will be restricting you. The capital as well as your goodwill will restrict you. To some extent only you can grow. As companies like MNCs, you cannot grow the partnership business. Okay, lack of harmony means here, as we said, that decision will be taken, good decisions will be taken by the partners consent, discussing with other partners, and their efficiency can be utilized here. Like that, we have said in the advantage, but to what extent these partners will be agreeing to the views of the others, that will be taking an important part. So that is lacking means automatically the decisions will be delayed. So if any one of the partner is not going to agree to the changes in the business, then it is very difficult to take any decision in the partnership business. That is what it is called as lack of harmony. If that differences are there, automatically it will be a big loss to the business, big disadvantage to the business. And you cannot transfer your business to any other people. Transferability is not possible. You need to close your business if transferability is not accepted by the partners. Even though the partners are going to accept that this part of your business can be transferred to some other else, the registration office will not accept that. So non-transferability is one of the disadvantage. And because of this views are different, opinion also differs, so automatically business comes to an closure sometimes. If differences are there among the partners, those people, those who are completely against that decision may leave the business, which may lead to differences in the opinions of all other partners also. So due to which the business will be short-lived. Short-lived means in the short term only that will be closed, dissolved. And if they are not having, all the partners are not going to have the trust among the other partners, so automatically that will become an disadvantage to the partnership business. So your main thing that the business will be run means based on the trust and faith of the partners among each other. So if that trust is not there, if anywhere any partner is going to lose his trust, that will become a disadvantage to the business. That will become a very big problem to the business. And no, government is not going to control the anything of that the partnership business is doing, because you have not registered, you are not compulsory to register your business. So it is the personal thing that whether you are having trust or faith among others, you are going to run the business. But government will not take that responsibility if anything that these partners have done to the public. Against that, the government cannot sue against these partners, no. And if public has cheated him, then also government will not involve in this. So that involvement or control will not be there. And any important information is there related with this business, that may be leaked to outsiders also. If anything is leaked to outsiders, so that may lead to the loss of the business. So that means there won't be any secrecy as we have seen in the sole proprietorship. Secrecy is most important in the business. So that is not there in this, that is not a possible. 100% secrecy is not possible in case of a partnership business. And the dishonesty of partners may also lead to loss to the business. Even though there is a joint liability, this dishonesty of activities of any one partner or some of the partners may lead to the business losses. So these are the advantages, features, and disadvantages of a partnership business. So with this, we are going to close this topic today. So you can say your views, your doubts. You can raise your doubts on the topic now.